Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your June reading. It's a pleasure to see everyone again, and I can't wait to read for you for this month. We are at the midpoint, which is difficult to believe, but it's really, again, a very cool time to read as well, because I see this as almost the ancient god Janus, where he looked in front and behind at the future and the past. And so at this sort of nexus, this midpoint of the year, it's a chance for you to sort of look at yourself and say, am I happy with where I'm at? How does my current life and work situation feel? So with that being said, let's take a look at your channeled information. So every month I choose a deck of cards to read with, and I meditate on your sign. As I was thinking about you, I got the clear sort of intuition that this would be a month of reaching, of stretching, of going outside of that comfort zone. And why would you do this? Well, because I feel like there's been a feeling of being stuck or not being able to move forward. And risk, this is another sort of gentle way of saying take a risk, but take a risk that feels good, that's stretching you in the sort of direction that you want to go. That's going to bring you opportunity, partnerships, love, success. But without sort of something to lose, there's nothing to gain at times. So let's take a look at the cards, and I think we'll get some additional insights into that. For those of you that come back every month, you are well aware that I organize this into 3 parts, but for the new folks, let me just walk you through how this is set up. I start off with channeled information without the aid of cards, and then I pull a Celtic cross, which I'm doing at the moment here. And in addition to this, I'll expand the forecast and look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. That's the final part. So let's see what is coming through for you. And I was right on this sort of stagnation that you need to move through, but I think you've got it based on the channeled information this month. And let's go ahead and pull my Catalyst card, which is unique, I think, to my style here. I like to see this as a connective card and also what sets everything in motion. And for those of you that are dealing with challenges in your life, a lot of times this card is how other people may push your buttons or antagonize, but on the bright side, it can also be that activation card that makes everything happen. So what I'm seeing here is I'm paying close attention to the colors of the 3rd chakra are lighting up for me on this, and also this is a card of saying bring things into the light of day. So some of you might have been holding things really, really tight within your energetic body. So it makes sense here that it would kind of maybe be a blockage in the 3rd chakra. And the key for this is to show your face, to bring this into the light of day, and to allow for people to provide feedback. So whatever it is, whether it's something about your life, possibly an engagement or announcement, or something that you want to do and you want some feedback, hey, what do you think about this? Holding it within is a little bit difficult and not necessarily beneficial for you. So for this, if I had to give it a title, since it doesn't have one, it's coming out or announcement. And so now let's take a look at all of the cards and see how they kind of correspond to this reaching and stretching and this coming out that we're seeing, or this announcement. Your center card is 4 of Wands, beautiful partnership card. The reversal on this is saying that there may be a delayed start for some sorts of big events that you might be trying to plan. It could be difficult to try to get people rallied together, but persevere on this. Keep trying, because eventually it looks like it'll work. For those of you that might be starting a new relationship or a new job this month, it's a promising card. 4 of Wands is one of the select few cards in tarot that even in its reverse state isn't negative. The only thing that I would say as a note with the reversal is to practice good empathy skills. Even if you're a natural empath, even if you normally are strong in that area, this is saying listen a little bit more carefully. People might be trying to give you a hint or a subtle cue to something going on. It could be missed if you're not really, really tuning in this month. When I look at what's affecting that partnership card, we see the 5 of Cups. And the first thing that comes to mind when I'm seeing this one is to basically do your best to push through the difficult emotions that you might be feeling, particularly when it comes to disappointment. So I think some of you may have a very high expectation of yourself or of others, and if somebody in your life couldn't meet those expectations, one thing, try to empathize with them, listen to them, see why it might have happened. The other thing is just to move forward. not to spend too much time criticizing or getting upset. There are a lot of things that are beneath the surface that we can't always see, and the motion within this Five of Cups is saying it's important to move past that, not to hold on to it too much. Because we have this coming out catalyst card, it is also important if there's something that you need to tell people about how they've treated you, or something that you need to sort of bring out, this is the month to not hold it within yourself anymore. Looking at your deep past, we have Ten of Cups reversed. This is basically you doing a lot of work for others, but possibly them not reciprocating all of the energy that you're putting out there. So if you're either in a relationship, a family, a work situation where it feels like you give and give and give, but you don't get in return, this is about needing to have harmony in that. So reciprocity is important. We have the Eight of Cups here in your recent past. So this is showing me, for some of you, love from the past could be coming in. A familiar friend could also be stepping into the picture here. This is a card of cycles, of sometimes even addiction. So you want to be careful in your life and make sure that if you have any tendencies towards any sort of substance abuse or addictions, that you do your best to keep up with your recovery routine, or if you have self-help or AA or whatever it is. But on the bright side, Eight of Cups also means that you're generally feeling pretty good. There could be some travel coming through this month. Emotionally, you're starting on a very good note. So I like that. In the crowning position here, we have the Devil card reversed. This one I actually like the title. It's Shadow Dance. So what we're really focusing on is honesty within relationships. A lot of times when I pull the Devil card, it's about a third person. So it's appropriate that we see a third party here, which is personified as sort of like this nature troublemaker. So what I want you to think about in your relationships is, how much do you know about the partners that you have? Or is there something going on where you have an opportunity to either be more truthful with your partner? Or have you met someone perhaps that seems like they're available, but you might dig beneath the surface and see that they're not ready for the same thing that you are. Maybe they are still attached to an ex, maybe they haven't fully gone through a divorce or something like this. The Shadow card here at the top, or the Devil card, is saying make sure that you proceed with caution in new relationships, and in existing relationships, honesty is really important. Whether you or your partner may be in a situation where you're tempted or might not want to share everything, this card is saying it's better if you're transparent, it's better if you get it out in the open. And remember that we had this sort of coming out or announcement card. This card is saying that the shadows only basically have power when you don't approach them or deal with them. So fear feeds fear and makes things worse. So just look at things as best you can. Don't be afraid to talk to someone about something that could be uncomfortable. Try not to do it in a way that's confrontational, but seek honesty and model the honesty that you're looking for this month. When I'm looking at your near future, it's pretty positive. We have the Six of Wands. I think you're actually going to be in a position where a lot of people will be looking up to you or looking to you for information, for guidance. And the challenge this month for you is, how do you keep everything kind of balanced? How do you keep everything going? You are probably going to need some assistance. You may even be a little uncomfortable about being in the spotlight, but this card is showing that you're very good master of ceremonies, if you will. I mentioned at the beginning that there was this general feeling of being stuck. We have a beautifully illustrated Hanged Man here reversed, which is saying that feeling of being stuck or that lack of momentum will cease after this month. This is the changing point for you. Your environment card is quite good. We have the Nine of Pentacles. It's reversed though, so that's showing me that this could be a maternal figure, this could be a coworker, but there's someone in your life that's needing a lot of your TLC, a lot of your energy, a lot of your support. Don't forget to take care of yourself, and don't get lost. A lot of times when we have a group activity or a coworker, don't let the other person sort of overshine or take credit for what you're doing. This is a group sort of thing, and we saw the Four of Wands at the center, so make sure that this is harmonious. You're doing a lot of work. Make sure that you're participating and taking credit. As we take a look at your hopes and fears this month, we have Four of Cups. Four of Cups is about kind of being happy but wondering if this is it. And I think this ties nicely to the Devil reverse, which I think it has a lot to do with your relationship status or your friendship status this month. If you're in a long-term friendship and things aren't equal, we were talking about that earlier, then it's time for reciprocity to play in the cards here. That's the Ten of Cups here in the deep past. So friendships might need balancing, relationships may need more honesty. And when it comes to work, because this is closely related to the work sphere, are you feeling like your job is what you'd always envisioned yourself to do? And if not, this card challenges you to dream again or find something about your job that still excites you, that still intrigues you. So it's a card where you can focus on things that aren't working, or you can reach, and usually if we had the Rider-Waite version of it, there's 3 cups, there's 1 in the air. That's the thing that we're talking about reaching for. And we have a beautiful card here at the end, the Fortune card, the Wheel of Fortune. This is about following up on a wish, that possibly something that you've wanted could be coming back to you, or that you need to speak up so that other people know what you expect or what you aspire to do. Especially true if you exist in a corporate environment or a big company where you have a review and your boss needs to know for career planning what's going on. This card is about making a wish, making your wish known. But the Wheel of Fortune card in reverse, subtle caution here that the very last week of the month could be challenging for fiscal matters. So overall this month, particularly with the Devil in your crowning position, it would be important for you to proceed with caution when it comes to large expenditures, anything like a house, a boat, or any sort of major investment. I would hold off this month if you can. The Nine of Pentacles showing me that you've made good progress, but this isn't the month to make the big purchase or the big decision. Let's go ahead and expand your forecast and take a look at health first. Health, of course, includes mind, body, and spirit. And your health information this month is reflection. And we have this Winter Solstice card. So the reflection card is about taking a look at what you've been doing in your health. Is it working? The other thing is there's a lot of water in this. So pay attention to, are you having issues with water retention? Are you drinking enough water? And look at all of the fluids that you are drinking and make sure that they are clean and clear. So if there is too much alcohol or caffeine, this is saying reduce that. If there's too much sugar, it should try to be as clear and pristine as possible. You basically are what you eat. The clearer that this is, the clearer your body will be. So it's a month of looking at your diet, but particularly when it comes to your water and the fluid intake. What types of things are you drinking and how are they affecting your body? If you're retaining too much water, this is something to talk to your doctor about as well. All right, when we look at your wealth and career card, let's see what's going through. By the way, the fact that this says reflection and it's pretty still water, I would say that by and large, not major changes are going to happen with your health this month, but it is definitely something to look at in regards to your water intake or how much you're holding water. So for wealth, we have focus, and this card is about really putting in your sights what it is you want. It was reversed, by the way, so both your fortune card and your wealth card are reversed, but if we look at them upright, they're very similar. This one is about saying, I am ready to do this with my money or with my career, and this one is about letting that go, because we have the beautiful sort of dandelion seed pod, and if you take a deep breath and sort of release that into the universe, that's what that card is saying. Set your sights, let go of it. But also don't be afraid. You've got a communicator, you have to put intention behind it, otherwise you're just sort of floating about like those seed pods. Now as we take a look at your love card, love including relationships of all sorts, not just love, not just your passionate relationships, but also friendships. This month with love, we have Ascension. So if you've been having challenges with relationships, this is about absolute change happening. It says, move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. And it's really cool that we got this because we have this shadow card at the top here. So if there is a difficulty in your relationship status this month, maybe someone that you've been dating, someone that you've just met, someone that you're married to, this card is saying whatever came through, was an absolute blessing to know, no matter how difficult it was to deal with it. And that this is going to either take your relationship to the next level or allow you to move forward and upward as well. Possibly without the person, it doesn't matter. Whatever came to you was actually a blessing. And one last note, since this is a card about relationships, you might be meeting a very elevated partner with Ascension. When I say that, this is not just a soulmate. This is possibly a divine teacher that's coming in. For those of you that are looking for a mentor, or maybe you're having a mentee come to you, this is about that teacher and student relationship that might be approaching your sort of soul this lifetime, and also this month. So that's an exciting note, and I didn't want to forget about that. So we've looked at health, wealth, love. Now let's take a look at your destiny card, showing your GPS of where you're headed. I like to remind people every month that this card is completely within your control. It's malleable. It's something that is constantly shifting. So I say that, but then this card is reminding you to let go of some things. This is when I see that God or the universe is in charge. What this means, it's very close. There's a lot of notes here on release. So once you've done everything you can do, the best thing you can do now is think, all right, now I'm going to, this is the kind of law of detachment. When you no longer feel like you absolutely must have something, and that you believe that whatever happened in your life, maybe it was an argument or a breakup, maybe it was the fact that things took longer than expected to happen. These things are actually the divine hand helping you, nudging you along. Free will, which is what I was just talking about, is something that you are always in control of. But to know that as you make your choices and that you see certain outcomes, perhaps delays, perhaps things that aren't going the way you want, maybe you've applied 5 times for a job you want. Have you ever thought on some levels the fact that you keep not getting accepted for it is perhaps the universe saying, no matter how hard you try, this is not in your best interest? So I want to give you a kind of a reminder, although we have free will, we also have higher powers at work. Tune into the whispers of those higher powers. I really firmly believe that the universe doesn't speak in like a megaphone. It speaks with a very subtle whisper. So sometimes it's these things like, why is it taking so long? Or you might see a sign on the road that says something to you. Or for me, sometimes I'll see spirit animals like a ladybug or a hummingbird. And if I'm having a really bad day, I've had them before even like come in front of me and stop for a second and remind me, hey, you're being guided, you're surrounded by love, there's opportunities around you. And a lot of times, especially if I see the ladybug, something very good happens. So I want you to pay attention to nature, pay attention to signage, cars, license plates, and then just pay attention to the things that you're kind of hitting your head against the wall, wondering like, why won't this person call me? Why can't I get this job? Why is it so hard to move into this apartment building? Why is traffic holding me back and not letting me go to the restaurant that I want to go to tonight? The answer to all of these might be because that, whatever that outcome is, it isn't in your best interest. So since you have free will, the universe is saying, try again. So for you, the try again is really up to you. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to say that you might be hitting your head against the wall on something, and my subtle sort of advice this month is try something different. Don't keep doing the same thing. Do that reaching and that stretching that we talked about. And since I'm hitting on that point, I want to now do the full review, which I like to do at the end of every reading. So we'll go back to your channeled information, which was basically reminding you to reach, to stretch, to go further than you think you can. And when we looked at the catalyst this month, it was about bringing things into the light of day, not holding them too tight within your belly, within your third chakra. As we look at the cards this month, you know, I'm definitely getting a feeling that whatever it was that was stagnating is going to leave you this month, but there is that subtle or not so subtle card that we got at the end, which is saying sometimes you're just not supposed to go down a certain path. There's a do not enter sign. Heed it. Try something else. It's there for a reason. 4 of Wands, partnerships are strong this month, but make sure that they're equal. 5 of Cups, move through the sadness if you can. If you need help with that, definitely get it. The Devil card on the top saying be careful with relationships of all sorts this month. Being as truthful as possible is really important. Just like I was saying, listen to those whispers. Also pay attention to small details. They're going to show you a lot in regards to who you can trust and who you can't. Eight of Cups. Relationships from the past could come back. This is also a card of cycles, so be careful if there's anything that you don't want to come back. Be very sort of straightforward and honest with people that may not get a hint as well. You might have to just be very direct. Six of Wands, you're going to be in a place of visibility this month, a place of power. It may be uncomfortable, but I want you to stick with it. Nine of Pentacles, money matters are pretty good this month, but I'm encouraging you not to make major investments based on the finance card that I pulled. Four of Cups, there's an opportunity that's just in your sort of surroundings, but you have to reach, you have to ask, you have to try. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is actually what I was connecting here. Because it's reversed, it could be a little difficult to make changes in finance, but I see good things on the horizon. Because we have this sort of wish element to it, it's also about speaking about what you want, and also maybe creating a vision board or doing some sort of a dream exercise where you see yourself getting what you want. Your health card, all about your water intake this month, making sure that you're detoxing where you can with regards to caffeine and alcohol. For your wealth card, focusing on what you want, asking for what you want, not being afraid to really go after it. For love, higher relationships are coming in. Teachers and students or very high soul partners are coming in. Other relationships are moving to a new level. That could mean people falling away. It could mean falling deeper in love. But I don't think things are going to continue to stagnate as we see with this card. And finally, a note that some things are not happening for a reason, and the opportunity is to try something completely different and exercise your free will to stretch and move in a different direction. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. That was a lot of information to take in. Overall, very good cards this month, particularly with the Wheel of Fortune as your final card. With the Devil card in your crowning position, just be careful in relationships and partnerships. So remember, no major purchases, no major partnerships this month, and if you have to do it, get a good lawyer to help you through and navigate that appropriately. I hope this was helpful. If you ever want to book an appointment with me, I'll put a link in the video in the bottom and you can find out more about that. It's also great if you want to stay in touch to subscribe to the channel and opt into the notifications. So there's a subscribe button, and then there's a little bell that will let you get notifications and emails when I post new videos. But if you'd like a more direct approach, I have a newsletter, and I will send out an email every month announcing the videos with direct links, so I highly encourage you to do that. I'm also on social media, including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So if you're active on those platforms and you'd like to join me, please do. Occasionally I'll do live events on Facebook and YouTube, so of course these are great places to join me. Finally, if this was really helpful and you'd like to support the channel, there's a link within the comments section to do so. In the meantime, I just want to say thank you. Your likes, comments, and subscribes make it worth it every month, and a lot of you are really kind and send emails as well. So please keep that up, and more importantly, please take care of yourself. I hope what I provided here was helpful and gave you the tools that you need to navigate the month ahead. I'm wishing you much prosperity, much love, and fortune, since we see that coming. Take care of yourselves in the meantime. Sat Nam, and I'll see you in a month. Namaste.